My name is Alena Shautsova. I'm an immigration attorney from Brooklyn, New York, and today we're having our live presentation regarding great news about DV Lottery 2022. You may be aware that there is a lot of arguments from various politicians about whether we need DV Lottery, promises to get rid of the DV Lottery. We had an immigrant visa ban that affected many DV Lottery winners. DV Lottery 2020 winners, 2021 perhaps will be affected. So we didn't know what's going to happen with the DV Lottery, of course, until the law is changed. The DV Lottery should have taken place, right? But we were not sure. So now we received great news that DV Lottery 2022 is going to take place. People will be able to enter the information for a chance to win a green card in the United States. So today I'm going to be talking about the recently published instructions for DV Lottery 2022, who can and who will not be able to participate, what to watch out for when you're filing your entries, and some other aspects of the DV Lottery. Hi Nasser, hi Geoffrey, thank you guys for joining me. So let's start. Well, first of all, I'm going to talk about the countries, nationals of which are not going, unfortunately, not going to be able to place their entries and try their luck for the DV Lottery 2022. And national of the country is a person who was born in that country. And I'm going to talk about qualifications right after we're going to go over the countries. So let me read the list of the countries which nationals of which will not be able to participate in DV 2022 lottery. Such countries are Bangladesh, Brazil, Canada, China, Colombia, Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Guatemala, Haiti, Honduras, India, Jamaica, Mexico, Nigeria, Pakistan, the Philippines, South Korea, United Kingdom, except for Northern Ireland, Vietnam. Nationals of Taiwan can participate in the visa lottery. Very important. So if you were born in one of those countries, as a rule, you will not be able to place an entry and try your luck in DV Lottery 2022, but you may qualify some other way. So let's talk about that other way. What if you were born, let's say you were born in Canada, okay? How can you qualify still to participate in that lottery? Well, if your spouse that you're legally married to was born in countries that are not prohibited, then you may claim country of eligibility, the place of birth of your spouse. However, later to receive that DV lottery visa, if you win, if you will be selected, your spouse must qualify for the visa as well. It's very important because your visa will depend on success of your spouse's visa, even though it's your DV lottery entry. So for example, you were born in Canada, so you're disqualified, but your spouse is from Russia, and Russia actually can participate in the DV lottery. Then you can still place your entry. Another interesting way to qualify for DV lottery is if when you were born in one of the countries that now do not qualify, your parents, neither of your parents was born in the same country or legally resided in that country, right? They were legal residents of that country. For example, you were born in Canada, but both of your parents were from France, right? France can participate. Well, both of your parents were from France, and they were in Canada at the time of your birth. They were students. then you can claim France as your qualifying country. Okay, so sometimes under certain circumstances you may be able to qualify to participate in DV lottery even if your country where you were born cannot participate. So that's an important point. So after you determine that you can place an entry, what other qualifications are out there? Well, they're really very simple requirements. You either have to have a high school diploma or equivalent, or you need to have 2 years of experience within the past 5 years in an occupation that requires at least 2 years of professional training to perform the job. Okay, and there is a list of jobs that requires us 2 years of training to work at. List of courses done by the United States government, but this is the rest of the qualifications. You have to be coming from the country that can participate, and you need to meet this minimum requirements of the work experience or education experience. The trick is this: you have to meet these educational requirements at the time of your entry. Instructions are very clear. They say do not submit your entry if you don't meet the requirements. Okay. Now, very often people ask me, what if I'm already in the United States? Can I participate in a lottery? Of course you can if you otherwise qualify. Okay. What if I don't have legal status? Can I participate in a lottery? Yes, you can. There will be an issue perhaps as to how you will be able to get a visa. Will you be able to adjust your status or not? Will you have to get out of the United States? And will you require a waiver to get back or not? But it's a separate issue. Can you file that entry if you otherwise qualified? Yes, you can. You also can do it if you are already in the United States and you have, let's say you're a student, you have a legal status. You can participate in the DV lottery. If you don't have any status, you can participate in the DV lottery. Many people ask me, what if I would like to participate in the DV lottery and then apply for a tourist visa? Will it be a problem for me? No, it will not be a problem for you. Participation of the DV lottery does not equal to an immigrant intent, okay? You will not be penalized for participating in a DV lottery. So that's a good news. Hi, Andy. Hi, Corinne. Hi, Iman. Thank you guys for joining me. So these are the basic requirements. Now, when you fill out the DV lottery entry, you need to know about other couple important points. Well, of course, first of all, you have to leave truthful information. I find that many issues arise when people either forget to list all of their children under 21, or if they don't list their spouses, or they list someone else who is not their spouse on that entry form, or they use an old picture. The photo that you attach with your entry must be taken within the past 6 months according to the latest instructions. If you're going to reuse the photo that was used before, you will be automatically disqualified. Okay? Automatic disqualification. It will be a silly mistake to have. So please make sure that your photo and your children's photos are good photos taken within the past 6 months. You must list all your eligible children, whether they live with you or they don't live with you. If right now you believe they do not want to move with you to the United States, or they want to move with you into the United States, you must list all eligible children, though that the children of yours under 21 years old. Okay, very important to do that. Spouse, you must list your spouse if you're married, and even if you're separated, unless it's a legal separation. Legal separation in the United States means that there is a court order ordering you guys to live separately. Okay, very important. If you list the spouse as your spouse with whom you are legally separated, you will not be penalized. But if you don't list the spouse, that you have and you are separated but not legally with, you just decided to move to live separately, right? Without the court order, you will be disqualified. This is very, very important. And that's about the hardest part of it. One other part that I feel that people struggling are with sometimes would be the passport number. What do they do, and what if they don't have a passport? Well, the instructions are very clear. You must enter the number of your current valid passport, okay? There are narrow exceptions for those who received a waiver from the Department of State, or for those who are coming from certain countries with certain regimes that do not issue passports, where people are struggling to obtain passports. But that's all. You must list the passport. If you list intentionally just random number because you didn't have your passport, you will be unfortunately penalized. And now, the most important part of this presentation is when can you start putting your entry in to try your luck? When? The start date this year will be October 7th and the end date November 10th, okay? From October 7th through November 10th. You will be able to try your luck and try for DV Lottery 2022. Now, one important thing, people probably will be thinking, well, but will I be able to get that visa if I participate in a DV Lottery? Because I've heard that this year people who won DV Lottery were not able to come in. There may be a small chance of that, but I have a good feeling that the court will not allow this to happen anymore. Because as you may be aware, that in a recent lawsuit about the ban on immigrant visas, DV Lottery winners were the only category that actually were allowed to still come in despite the ban. The court ordered the consulates to process their visas as soon as possible, right? Because a DV Lottery is such a thing is that if you don't use it in the fiscal year for which it was received, you lose an opportunity to immigrate to the United States. So you will suffer some very specific harm that will not be able to be addressed in any other way. If somebody, for example, who is being sponsored by a family member can wait for their visa, their circumstances are not going to drastically change, rather than something connected to the wait time, right? For DV Lottery, the whole basis for the DV Lottery is going to disappear if you don't use it for the year it was issued. So for that reason, I think that there is a good argument to be made that DV Lottery is not going to dissipate, and DV Lottery winners will be able to come to the United States if they are selected. And by the way, starting May 8th, 2021, if you enter your data for DV Lottery 2022, starting May 8, 2021, the government stated the results will be available. You will be able to check into the system and see if you won, if you were selected, or you were not selected. So this is the good news I wanted to share with you today. Thank you very much for joining me. And let me see some questions. How about Afghanistan? Afghanistan, I didn't see that Afghanistan on the list of countries that cannot participate. So I assume that all those countries that they were not listed as countries that cannot, nationals of which cannot participate, can participate. Okay. Hi, Shernor. Algeria can participate. Hi, Hakim. Hi, Ali. Hi, Raul. Hi, Mario. Okay. So if you have questions about DV lottery, I will be able to answer them. So you can always check if your country can participate, right? By going to the official website, all right, Department of State website, and it's travel.state.gov, okay? That's the website that gives us information about which country can and cannot participate. And by the way, entries to participate in DV lottery are absolutely free. I know that there are a lot of companies that charge you a fee for that. They may be charging fees for their services. You have to understand that. Those entries are free. The government of the United States does not charge money for you to enter your information into the system to see if you will be able to come to the United States as one of the lucky DV lottery winners. Well, thank you very much for joining me, guys. Please like, share this video so people will know that DV lottery 2022 will take place. And again, thank you for your questions. Thank you for participating, and I hope to see you soon.